I'm Sherman D'Silva, and I'm running for the Board of Supervisors in District 1, that's the Richmond District. I'm a lifelong resident. I was born in the district. I've lived there my entire life. I attended Sutro Elementary, Presidio Middle School, Washington High School, and I attended San Francisco State. In addition to living in the district, I also work as a manager at a store in the Richmond District just on 20th and Geary. So the reason I decided to run for the Board of Supervisors is a few years ago, I saw one of our neighbors hit by a car on Geary Boulevard, an intersection that did not have a traffic light, an intersection that should have had a traffic light over 30 years ago, and there was no traffic light there. Today, we still have about a dozen intersections on Geary, which is one of the busiest corridors in the city, that don't have a traffic light. I think it is irresponsible on behalf of our elected officials not to make our safety a priority. Another issue in the district that I feel needs to be addressed is cleanliness. It has steadily gotten worse over the 40 years I've lived in the district. We see more graffiti on the streets, we see litter on the sidewalk, and items dumped on the curb. Maintenance of our infrastructure has also deteriorated. Our parks are not being maintained, as are not our roads and our sidewalks. So what am I going to do as your supervisor? Well, I'm going to reprioritize the issues that we discussed earlier. I want to make the traffic lights a priority. I want to make sure that we have traffic lights on all blocks from the Geary Tunnel to Ocean Beach, and that they're timed so that traffic can move safely and efficiently across Geary, and that pedestrians can cross the street without worry of being hit by a car. I also want timed traffic lights installed on the other major corridors in the district. Those include Balboa, Fulton, Clement, and California. For street cleaning, I want to go back to 2 times a week street cleaning. I know it's a problem for people to move their cars every week, but if we don't, we have litter piling up on our curbs. This does not help for cleanliness, and it is not a safe situation. I want to increase targeted street cleaning at business corridors to remove litter off the sidewalk as quick as possible. I want to make sure that graffiti is removed off our streets as soon as possible, because we all know graffiti that stays proliferates across the neighborhood and spreads all over. And I want to work closely with Sunset Scavenger to get large items removed off the sidewalk as quick as possible so that they don't stay there for days at a time. For infrastructure, I want to make sure that we allocate funds on a yearly basis so that we have the funds necessary to replace our roads, our sidewalks, and our parks, and that we do not need to spend extra money borrowing money through bonds to pay for these things that we should be paying on a yearly basis. I want to increase parking in the neighborhood by prioritizing parking and garages so that residents have places to park and businesses can encourage people from outside the district to shop here because we do have parking. I want to increase the distribution. I want to have distribution of recycled water also throughout the neighborhood so that we have recycled water to wash our sidewalks, water our trees, and clean our trash cans and cars. This allows us not to use precious drinking water for these kind of tasks, especially in light of that we've had a drought over the last couple of years. So I can't make you any specific promises. All I can do is promise you is to be fair to everybody in the district, to listen to everybody's concern and find a balance between all of the goals and objectives and priorities of the different people in the district. I will work hard to coordinate with all the departments to make sure that these issues are taken care of, and that I will have a district office in the neighborhood so that you don't see me only once every 4 years, but you can see me on a regular basis every week. If you want fair and responsible government, you want somebody who's going to treat everybody fairly, and you want a clean and safe neighborhood, I urge you to check us out when you're deciding who you want to represent you as your next district supervisor for the Richmond District. Thank you.